Hello beautiful people and welcome back to my channel. My name's Kira. Subscribe if you're new, and without further ado, let's get into today's video. So today I wanted to talk about this whole idea of productivity and the myth of it always being beneficial to us as humans. Because I feel like especially it's become super prevalent with Corona and everything because we're staying at home. I'm sure you've seen it on Twitter and Instagram, those posts that are like, if you still haven't started that thing that you always said you wanted to start, then it's not because it's just because you're lazy. Mental health aside, like, okay, yeah, sure, let's pretend we're in regular times. And I guess I just was thinking about it and I was starting to think like this whole past few months about how, because personally my life has been completely flipped upside down. And just thinking about like things that you're taught to want and things that you're taught are good for you, and are they really good for you? And are your values really good for you? Or is it actually like an internalized capitalist agenda? Because, and then I started to think even more, and I was like, so why does society always tell us that we need to be productive? Like, why is society so hell-bent on boss babes, productivity? What are you doing today to further yourself towards your goal? Which, like, it sounds good, but not when that takes more importance over your mental health and well-being. Because if we're going to act like doing things in Corona is easy for your mental health, like, or that people's mental health is where it usually is, people's well-being is where it usually is, especially when you account for the closure of gyms and yoga studios, dance studios, all of these things. Like, I have grown up in the dance studio. I have grown up in a studio. Like, I would spend half my time, if not most of my time, in a studio literally my entire life. And I can't do that now. I am not myself. So for society and all these things, especially at the beginning of Corona, when people were asking like, what are you doing to stay productive today? What do you plan to get done today? Just the entire framework of the way we speak to each other. Like, you don't have value unless you're doing something, unless you're producing something to society. And who does that benefit? Society. It doesn't really benefit, like, obviously if you're doing something it feels good to you and it feels aligned in the moment. And it feels like, yes, my body wants to do this right now. I want to produce, create this right now. Then by all means, go for it. That's good. But if you're not in the mental headspace at all to be making anything, to be working, to be doing this, that, the other, and society and people, like just everyday people, like, what are you doing to stay productive today? It's COVID. Like, leave me alone. Leave me alone. And I mean, I haven't like gotten that many messages about that recently because I don't talk to people anymore. But it would just bother me so much because I was like, literally, everything's closed. What do you expect me to be doing? As a performance artist, what do you expect me to be doing right now? And people get so mad that I said that. It's literally, it's internalized capitalism, and it's like to value yourself as an agent of production, valuing yourself like you're a machine is not healthy. And placing value only on what you produce, that's not what we came here for. Like, we didn't come here to be well-oiled machines, just producing, working. And people say, like, people want to pretend that it's what people want, but clearly not. And I was thinking about this, I was like, we know society has tricked us so well. And when I say society, I know that's a super broad term, when it's really everyone. Like, society isn't this big, vague, like, entity. It's institutions and people and everyday interactions. But, like, we know that the richest people are not necessarily the happiest. We see that when their lives fall apart in the news, or when they commit suicide, or like, we see that, or even just the urge to retire early shows that you're not enjoying your job. So why are we so pressed to be like those people? if it's clearly not the key to happiness at all? And why are we continuing to perpetuate this narrative that being productive will make us happy? I'm not saying don't be productive, but I'm saying to not value productivity over your mental health, physical health, and well-being, which I think is often how it's viewed. And like, we don't have value unless we are doing something. And like, rest is productive. Being alone is productive. Like, today, I literally just needed a day to stay at home, watch YouTube videos in my bed, lie down, close my eyes, listen to a podcast, just vibe, me, myself, and my salt rock lamp. That was productive for me. I feel recharged, I feel refreshed, and if I was like shitting on myself because I didn't feel like I was doing enough, that's not helpful. That's hurtful. Like, it's self-destruction. And I think this productivity as number one purpose for life is destructive. And it's self-sabotage, because we didn't come here to be productive. I didn't come here to make things for you. I didn't come here to put on a show for you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if my entire existence and worth and value is based on what I can do for somebody else, then why am I here? Get a robot. It's so interesting to see the different ways that we fool ourselves, because we know that working all the time, and like, obviously money is good. You need a certain amount of money to have basic needs. But like, we know that there are so many rich people who want to die, like literally want to die, or literally hate their lives, or feel trapped in their job, maybe they don't have enough time to put into their family life. Like, there are all sorts of reasons why people are unhappy. And it is not just because they are broke. I'm just saying that's not the key. And we know that because we see it all the time. And we see like famous people, I mean, fame is a whole different can of worms, but we see famous people being unhappy and having mental breakdowns all the time. Yet we're always just pushing to be like them, to be like the rich and famous. These people aren't happy. What are we doing? I really do think it's just internalized capitalist agenda. And I think it's very, it's beneficial to capitalism as a whole to keep us thinking that we need to be well-oiled machines and work for the man. It's like, it makes so much sense. It makes so much sense when we're like, this is how you can be more productive. This is how you can be more productive. Because we're minions. Like, it's just, they want us to be their little minions. Produce, produce, produce. Do not feed yourself and your soul, but produce, produce, produce. And I just think the myth of productivity being beneficial to the human experience at all times, especially when you don't feel like it, and especially when your body needs rest, your mind needs rest, needs to end. So yeah, that's literally all I had to say. Just some thoughts that were coming out of my mind that I felt like sharing. Yeah, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a thumbs up if you liked it. Comment a purple heart if you watched to the end, just so I know you watched the whole video. And yeah, comment if you have something to say. Please share this video with someone if you think they would enjoy it. And yeah, that's all I got. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye.